Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start, as I have been, with this chart here, 839 and a quarter. This descending channel top that we settled above about 3 weeks ago set off a meaningful, I'm going to call it a midterm buy signal to 1178 even as a 2 to 3 month target. On the way up, of course, we have the March highs, 974 even. We may open above this area today. And if so, there is the very real possibility that we reach what is really a 2 to 3 week objective now at 1027.27. It's been a 2 to 3 week objective, this channel top, since closing above this more meaningful structure that is 839 and a quarter. And so that can happen at times, of course. We came close to testing it actually. Within a day of closing above this formation, but as you can see, it's rising through time. I like it as a secondary buy signal. So if you didn't go long a few weeks ago when we recommended that above 839 and a quarter, your next multi-week go with buy signal on strength would be a settlement above 1027 and a quarter, which is not going to happen today, but it could certainly by the end of next week, perhaps. We may well gap above 974 on Thursday morning, and that could yield 1027.27 by the closing bell. All the minor points have been carefully chosen. We may exhaust ourselves, I don't know about 980.67, but as we get to 994.14, 1006.48, these 2 points may well contain remnant buying pressures as we move through the day. And then, of course, closing today above 974 even should yield the 1027.27 2 to 3 week target by the end of next week or over the next 3 to 5 days or sooner, where we could top out through next week, fall away from here to some variation of channel support that we presently find at 911.66. And there's a range actually that begins at 920.82. So, once we test, if we test 1027.27, we could fall back into, the 920s, I'll call it, as this area is rising through time. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about this structure, 911.66 to 920.82. If we open today below that 974 even March high, there is room for the market to fall back into this zone, which would represent a buy opportunity not only for day traders, but also 3 to 5 day swing traders back to the 974 high, and 2 to 3 week swing traders. As I mentioned before, if you buy 911.66 to 912.82, from there, we can push onward and upward into this 1027.27 rising resistance within 2 to 3 weeks. I do want to say one more thing about 1027.27, and we are expecting 1178 as a 2 to 3 month objective following the settlement several weeks ago above 839.25. And if we close above 1027.27 over the next week or two, we're probably just 2 to 3 weeks away then from reaching our objective at 1178 even, where this market could actually top out through the third quarter, as I think a lot of investments will park onto the sidelines. I think coming the election season, that is the rule of thumb. It doesn't always play out. Things happen in the world still, despite all that. So, we'll just see. Downside, I don't see this today, but you never know. After a bullish earnings report, sometimes you just get a lot of profit taking for people who've been long for a while. If we were to close below 911.66, and I think it's highly unlikely we do, because we are bullish longer term into June, July above 839 and a quarter. But if we close below 911.66, that 839 and a quarter level is then likely. I'm going to call that a 1 to 2 week target. Now, it could happen in as little as 3 to 5 days, but I think within 1 to 2 weeks of closing below 911.66, we fall to 839.25. There's also a newly formed rising 2/3 speed line not shown anywhere today at 827.20. This area is narrowing. This is a base of longer term support that, if tested over the next week or two, can absorb selling through June into July, and from here we can rotate back to new highs. I will stubbornly adhere to holding above 839 and a quarter maintains an 1178 even formation target over the next 2 to 3 months, and if we close above 1027.27 over the next week or two, we should see this within about 2 to 3 weeks, I would think. Once again, solid bottom picking in the 911.66 to 920.82 region, whether you're a day trader, 3 to 5 day swing trader, or 2 to 3 week swing trader, because once we test 91166, we can quite easily rotate up to 1027.27 or some variation of this channel top within 2 to 3 weeks. That is kind of the 2 to 3 week dynamic. Selling 1027.27 and of course then also buying back at 911.66. Once again, closing below 911.66. If you're a 3 to 5 day or 2 to 3 week swing trader, you want to be out of the market or short the market. Then expecting the 827.20 to 839.25 region, where we could, by that point in time, bottom out through all of June. And this would be a significant sell signal into June if we were to close below this area. But first things first, I think we would first, of course, need to close below 911.66 for any of that to materialize. Until then, bullish momentum remains firmly intact following the buy signal above 839.25, and that remains intact above 911.66. I think I've said it all. Anything beyond that would be repetitious. I'm going to leave it at that for Thursday's daily NVIDIA report. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Friday's NVIDIA report, and you have a great day.